Alright guys, I'm making this for one reason. If you guys are looking to get started with AI organic, this is for you. There's been a lot of people talking about it. I'm sure your free page is filled with it, but I'm here to tell you which is the best path to pick, because there's a lot of different ones, and then how to even get started. So once I provide this info to you, all you have to do is prompt with Claude and then animate it with Higgsfield. So the first path is going to be AI UGC. And by far, this is actually the most proven to work. This is what people literally pump with paid ads. This is by far the top. So if you're doing organic, it will literally get you the target audience you're looking for, because you could literally curate the avatar based off the demographic that you're looking for. So, and even the script. So that's some of the features. Number 2 is going to be AI backshipping, but this is something which I'm super against. This has always been a thing, but I would never advise it. And I've been saying for the past like 5 months that people started with this. Like if you've been in this space for a bit, you'd see that it was the very first thing we've seen with AI being used in the organic space. But it was just a matter of time until people found new ways. So right now we're seeing actually a decline, I would say. There's a decline in AI backshipping. There's more AI UGC. And it's for a good reason. So these are the first two. Third one is going to be the traditional route. You're going to see this every now and then. I mean, it's by far still one of the top, in particular the pump and dump. So running current trends and then dumping them. So this is traditional dropshipping, and then there's the branded organic dropshipping. This is what I do. And right now, I'm not going to lie, it's like there's a fair line between AI UGC and branded dropshipping. You could do both. So next one's going to be 50% AI, 50% filming. So these, and then the last one's going to be the digital. So you do AI marketing to sell a digital product. So as you can see, many different paths. We're going to actually highlight the AI UGC today, and obviously these two, because that's what we are mostly doing, and actually these are the best. So let's start off with what to look for in a product. So I would say the criteria is very similar to what I've done in the past, which I'll mention again, but slightly different. So the first thing I want to look for is really high value. We need to look for value, not just purely wow factor. The wow factor can be amplified with AI, but the value, the actual like problem solving value of the product really matters, especially if you're doing AI UGC. So that's why you're seeing a lot of, these red light therapy products. You're seeing supplement brands and so on. Just things that solves a problem. And these are by far the easiest, actually. Well, another one is going to be also like before and after. These are some different ways of identifying whether a product is good to be run with AI or not. And this is what you're going to see a lot with Facebook ads. So another thing is actually brandability, because previously, I think I said this before, like yesterday, I think there was more of a gap. Like it's never been as similar between organic and Facebook ads. If you were to ask me 1 year ago, pick any organic store and compare it to a Facebook ad store, you're going to see a lot of differences in the marketing, in the product selection, and even the copywriting and the overall, website layout. But nowadays, pretty much everything is the same, literally all the way from product selection to the actual marketing, which is insane. Next is going to be margins, because it's important. Try to find a product with high margins so that you could not only scale with organic, by whether it's getting a team or going into Facebook ads. Next point, barrier of entry. So this is something I did not mention before, but I kind of want to, include it this time because it's a real thing. So the harsh truth is, although supplement brands are some of the best products to run, there's actually some sort of barrier of entry to supplement brands. Not everyone is willing or confident enough to run a supplement brand. it's a completely different game. We can both agree that although it's a physical dropshipping, it's actually a different game of dropshipping because most of the time they are doing monthly recurring payments. But yeah, honestly, this is just an example. So supplement brand, although I mentioned it, it's not as prevalent as you may think in the organic space. So oftentimes when I see someone selling it organically, it's either an affiliate for a TikTok shop brand, or it's for FBA, or just an ecom brand, which does like hybrid. So it's not as prevalent as you may think in the organic space, unless it's someone who already has established it through Facebook ads and then has transitioned to organic. For that reason, it could potentially be good, but I'm not saying this is like the best way. This is actually way more advanced. You're better off looking for products which are, one-time purchase, or maybe with an upsell, which could be a digital product. Even better, something that's recurring, but that's very uncommon and again, more advanced. So try to stick to products with validation. So we're going to put this as the same line. It's very important. Usually you see people start with this because it's actually very important. It provides you with a proven concept, with the safety net that what you're picking actually will work. It's not even for beginners, like even for intermediate and advanced. You're better off finding products with some sort of saturation just to tell you that, this is actually a good product. Otherwise, you're going to have to do a lot of trial and error, waste a lot of, if not money, time to validate the product before scaling. So better off finding these saturated products and then go for the purple ocean strategy, which is basically carving out a section of the market which is actually untapped. And this way you could technically run a saturated product to an untapped audience. So you're the first one to do it. And oftentimes this is done by, new marketing angles. So instead of going for what the 99% are doing to market a product which is already existing, already very saturated, you'd find a new marketing angle, so to a different niche, and you need to study it. You need to actually see what's going viral there, reconstruct it, do it better for your audience, and then go viral. So this is what's actually going to make you print the most, because this is what the advanced people do, is finding products which has proven concept, saturated, but then haven't been done in a different way or haven't been marketed to a specific audience. And we can even take this one step forward. So finding products based off proven concept. So it needs to have some proven concept even as a product, not just as in terms of marketing. If it has a proven concept, then you could find different variants of that product which is better, so it has better value, or it has more of a wow factor. Something about it is just gonna make it stand out, although it provides you with the same, proven concept as that old product. So my favorite example is this camera, which everyone ran, including myself, and this is something you put on your chest or on your hat or whatever, and it's a POV cam, and then people started running different variants of it, so sunglasses and so on. Now, it's crazy that I give this example in April, because right now I feel like this product, although this is a perfect example, but this is how much the game has changed. Like, this was a premium product 3-4 months ago. Right now, I don't think this is even valid anymore, because like the game has changed so much. Everyone's just doing AIGC. So we just had to mention this to show you guys how much the game has changed, and it will continue to change. So you got to be quick with it. So have a proven concept to find improved variants. By variant, I mean not just like adding different variants to the store. I mean just finding a better product which is untapped, but it actually has a proven concept to back up why you chose it in the first place. Next point is just going to be the formats. Since we're doing organic still, we need to think about the formats. So whenever you're picking a product, think, what can I do to make this go viral? If you don't have the tools, or you don't have the background, you don't have the product, or whatever that is that you need to go viral, you're better off picking a different product. So this is why, again, AIGC is so crazy right now, because it actually solves the problem of not having what it takes. You could just create everything with AI and just market it from day one. So hopefully this was helpful, boys. If so, Let me know in the comments. I shared the different routes. The winning criteria for picking a product is slightly different from our previous branded criteria, but this is more catered to AI. So yeah,